welcome everyone to the Mark McPhail Center. I am Peter Klein. This is CWHL Live. I'm joined by Jenna Cunningham. We are glad you're with us today. We were talking about it before this game started. No shortage of talking points going into this one. Basically, any metric you look at, these are two of the best teams in the league going head-to-head tonight in Calgary. Absolutely.
I'm really excited to call this game. Like you said, these are the two top teams, you could argue, in women's hockey playing today besides the national team. And I think what we're going to see today is a ton of offense, but just outstanding goaltending.
Now, with that, the national team aspect that you brought up, these two teams littered with players who were on the national teams recently at the Four Nations Cup.
Absolutely. So Calgary had 9 different players representing their countries in the Four Nations. So they had Hovey, who was playing for Finland, who ended up with a bronze medal, a couple Canadians, and then obviously Brianne Decker and Bellamy and Rigsby, who came home with the gold. And then on the other side, there were 6 players on the Montreal team that were also playing in the Four Nations.
One of the interesting storylines going into this game, a coaching change in Montreal that kind of came out of nowhere for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Montreal's had the same coach for 5 years, and he resigned this morning, and they stated it was for personal reasons, so hopefully it's because he needs a little bit of time and things are all right. But they have a world-class person and coach and former player stepping into the coaching role in Caroline Ouellette, who's coming off the Four Nations as an assistant coach, but more notably, many years playing for the national team and playing for the League Canadiennes.
Yeah, not a bad replacement to stumble upon, eh?
Absolutely.
Should we put to the test in this one? These two teams both riding winning streaks since they lost to each other in that opening series.
Yeah, and that's what's so exciting about it. They both hold a 7-1-0 record, and they've only lost to each other in the first series of the year, with Montreal taking the first contest and Calgary taking the second. So one of these teams is going to have another loss in their column, and another one is going to have their win streak extended.
You can hear the crowd is ready for it. We are ready for it. There's a bit of a pregame ceremony scheduled for this, and then it'll be time for puck drop. It's Montreal against Calgary, and it's here on CWHL Live.
Short-handed breakaway. Jill Saulnier shoots, and she misses the inside top corner with a great forward at the puck. Cool. Pops it up there to Zubac. Nice forward checking by D'Arcangelo. She lets the shot fly, and a quick glove save there by Maschmeyer. He gets knocked down, and here goes Sarah Nurse. She's got Spooner with her. Nurse drives wide. Shields it, centers back in front. There's the shot right on by Suzuki, and a good save by Maschmeyer. Maschmeyer had to be aware, and she was with the paddle. And then Hazel tried to pick out a guard. There's the shot right on. Oh, what a beauty! The former Fury, Erin Ambrose, breaks the shutout as she plays some 3-bar, ringing it off the bars and putting it.
Decides to get it to Zoe Hickle, and now to Bellamy. Bellamy in, nice outlet pass to Decker. Decker goes in, out, and she scores! Wow, that was a fantastic play.
So this is an exciting moment for the CWHL. As you can see, Team India coming now to the center ice. They have partnered up with the Grindstone Foundation, which is a foundation that was created to give young girls the opportunity to play the game that wouldn't have the financial means to do it. So they've been hosting charity events across Canada, raising money in hopes of giving grants to girls to play. So both Team India has benefited from this, as well as the WickFest. WickFest is going on, and they really were the people that pushed for Team India to have the opportunity to be here. So it's fun to see both WickFest and the Grindstone Award come together for this really amazing moment.
Yeah, it's been really cool to see. You've been seeing on social media Team India taking part in things around the city, and now getting a chance with, again, a very high-profile game here at Mark McPhail today to take in what's a really good atmosphere. With WickFest going on, a lot of people have stuck around to watch this game as well.
Yeah, and it's really exciting to have this many female hockey players in the rink when a CWHL game's going on. Is perfect timing. They have the opportunity to come out and see where they can potentially play one day.
And because young fans need to be louder, there are thunder sticks everywhere in this place tonight. It's going to be a loud arena as the festivities are just about to wrap up here for, again, what should be a fantastic matchup. Team India making their way off of the ice now here. So going into this game here, the standings obviously look a little bit weird with the one team playing a little bit more than the other, but two of the top teams playing. But let's go to the anthem now. Well, all that's left now is to drop the puck. We have two of the top teams in the league. As we mentioned, one team has played significantly more than the other, but still essentially first place up for grabs in this game today with Calgary taking on Montreal. You look at basically any metric you can find. There's 9 of the top 10 scorers in the league, points per game wise, in this game today. This is clearly two of the better teams in the league facing off.
It absolutely is. Both have a lot of skill up front and a lot of scoring power, and the difference really comes in that defensive game. And so when you look at the special teams, Montreal has been fantastic on the power play. Calgary, that's an area they really want to improve on. Same with the penalty kill. Montreal is sitting at 100% on the penalty kill. They are hard to beat shorthanded, and so Calgary's going to have to find a way to take advantage of those special team opportunities, because I think that's what's going to be the biggest difference between who wins this game and who doesn't.
Well, we talk about the scoring. Goalies aren't bad either. In net for Calgary today is Alex Rigsby, 3-1 on the year. A goals against average just a touch above 1. She is second in the league in goals against average, second in save percentage, and that's only because her opponent, Emmeryn Smashmeyer, is first in all of those. 3 straight shutouts, a goals against average under 1, a save percentage that's darn near perfect. Because, of course, these two teams would have the best goalies in the league as well.
Absolutely. I think the goals against Montreal's only had 6 all year, Calgary 10, so it'll be a tight game.
Turnbull brings the puck in as this game is officially now underway. Montreal with a quick breakout the other way. Dow feeds it across to Bate. She walks in on the backhand. The pass is cut off. And Rebecca Johnson quickly back for Calgary. You can see the speed rather evident in this game early on as Johnson streaks down the left side, swings it around the boards. That's going to be picked up by Gosling. She battles with Poulin for the puck. They work forward along the near boards. Decker with support will keep the puck in only for a moment, though, as Gosling has to retreat to center ice. The Inferno get it back in and make their first change of the game as Montreal sets up shop behind their own goal. Aggressive forecheck from Calgary. Montreal bringing it back out into neutral ice, but a quick turnover, and the Inferno set up shop back in their own end. Krasaniak works it up to Turnbull. Blair Turnbull down the left wing, streaking toward the goal, tries to make a move, that gets cut off, and it is going to be Willard turning the puck over, and Montreal has it again. Here's Hillary Knight. Down the left side, dumping it in. Rigsby comes out to play the puck. She leaves it off, and it's going to be Jenner here on the near side with it. Jenner passed up to Turnbull. Through the neutral zone she comes, trying to get the puck in deep. Good challenge from Rougeau. Forces a quick trip in, and it's going to be Catherine Dahu with it. Works it over the far side, now passed to this side. Bouncing around in the neutral zone, and LaFleur has it. She gets it only as far as the face-off dot, where Calgary has it once again. Willard for the Inferno. Chips it up to Hovey, as mentioned, played for the Finnish national team at the Four Nations Cup. Dumping the puck in, Willoughby has it, trying to get it around. She's watched very tightly by a couple Montreal players. Again, the speed very evident early on in this matchup.
Absolutely, both teams are very quick. It's interesting to see how they're going to play this defensively.
Here's a chance in front, nice save. Rebound is loose to the side of the goal. It's actually behind the goal on the netting, but Montreal is going to bring it back the other way now. Marie-Philippe Poulin with speed through the neutral zone. Wines, shoots, and Rigsby will hold on.
I think it's been a good start from both teams. Calgary's had a little bit more possession. You can see both teams defensively are being a little bit cautious, so they're retreating a little bit quicker, or maybe staying back and being a little bit more patient. And I think as the game goes on, we're going to see more offense, a little bit more movement once they kind of settle in.
Poulin will win the faceoff. Held in Bate, has the puck bounce over her stick, but it goes to Poulin. Back to Melody Daou. Leaves it off of the blue line. They swing it back around, and Bellamy has it for Calgary. She gets it to Hickel, but harassed down low by Poulin. Calgary has to reverse course, and again, a bit of pressure here for Montreal on the forecheck. That's going to be Bellamy working it up. Her pass to Hickel is stolen. Puck flies through the neutral zone over to the far side, where it's picked up by Montreal, and back they come. Calgary cuts that off. Bellamy has it to Decker. Works it up to Hickel. Pass gets tipped into the neutral zone, and that is going to be Daou. Losing it to Hickel. Calgary looking to take advantage of a turnover as they come into the attacking zone with some speed. Forced into the corner is Leslie. And they battle for it down low. Leslie with Rougeau from Montreal. Calgary comes out with it. Hickel working toward the front of the goal. Shot stop. Rebound is loose. Maschmeyer holds on a good shift for Calgary in the attacking zone.
Yeah, that was generated from a good solid forecheck down low and just putting pressure on Montreal. It resulted in Blair Turnbull being able to come off the wall and put that puck to the net. And really, the only way you're going to beat Maschmeyer is getting that puck to the net, finding a rebound, because if she can see it, she's going to stop it. So good first challenging shot on her part, controlling that rebound, making sure that Calgary didn't have a second chance.
Face-off win for Calgary. Quick shot goes into the corner. That was Tori Hickel with the shot. Picked up by Hovey. She's watched very tightly by Lafort. Nice steal. They battle for it, and it's going to be Calgary coming out with it. Willoughby turns the puck back over as these teams battle for positioning. Montreal turns it back over. Hovey has it here on the near side. Being watched tightly by Deschanel. Stick lifted. Montreal has it. It's going to be DeRoche in her own end. Passes it over to Allard. Chips the puck up here on the near side. That's Melody Daou working her way in. Daou, centering pass. Just a bit too far for Poulin to get a good shot away, and Calgary's going to tie it up on the boards. They battle for it in the corner. Marie-Philippe Poulin battles so hard, turns the puck over. Quick shot deflected wide. Rebound goes into the corner where it is picked up again by Bate. Sends it back to the blue line. Allard winds, fires a shot. Glove saved by Rigby, and they hold on.
What's interesting is you can see that passion in this game. There's a lot of players that are coming off of playing each other in the Four Nations final. So, you know, there's that little bit of competitive edge. Perhaps those Canadian players are pushing a little bit harder. Those American players are battling a little bit harder, because even though this isn't a U.S.-Canada game, that rivalry continues throughout these league games.
Scramble draw. Still scrambling for it. Decker was on it. Comes back to the blue line to Rougeau. She plays it into the corner. Levine lost it, but Montreal has it back. Centering pass. Hillary Knight threw it into the slot. It bounces around and goes into the corner. Cycle game working for Montreal. That gets cut off by Gosling on a good play by her, and Calgary's going to start a breakout. Zoe Hickel loses the puck back to Casey Bellamy. Plays it back across. Gosling left it for Hickel, and Calgary now looking to get on the attack. Over on the left wing side. Pass comes in the middle. Nice move. Decker slings it into the corner. They continue to battle for it. Decker gets tied up with the referee as Clement Hedro was all over her, and Montreal now has the puck. 14:50 to go, period one. Calgary and Montreal in the first of two between two of the best teams in the CWHL. Good forecheck from Calgary is going to create a steal here. Lequette in with support for Calgary. Two players from Montreal battling as well.
You'll notice Calgary's playing that high-pressure offensive system called the Torpedo, so there's a lot of pressure in the offensive end, oftentimes getting 4 players deep and just trying to get that puck, gain possession of it, and put it to the net.
Turnbull's going to end up with it for Calgary. Lequette calling for the pass. She creeps in on the weak side. Pass was looking for her, but a good block down there by Montreal's Rougeau. Denies what was a pretty good backdoor opportunity for Calgary. Willoughby has it now, sends it across. Lequette chips it up through the neutral zone. Jenner just missed, and it's going to be Kathleen Dayu back for it. The rookie harassed by by Decker rather. The defender fell, and they continue to battle for it along the boards. Montreal comes with it. They're going to try to reverse courses. Rougeau. She's watched tightly by Willoughby, chips it up into the neutral zone, and it's going to be that's going to be Murray picking it up first for Calgary. Chipping it back up, Willoughby swings it around and dumps it into the attacking zone. Maschmeyer tries to help it out, but they get it to the blue line and no further. Montreal, Philippe Poulin is going to take it back the other way. Here comes Marie-Philippe Poulin working her way and shoots, and fires it just wide. Rebound comes out to Warren. She tries to chip it up to Hickel, but Poulin continues to battle away on the boards. Calgary has it again, and this time they'll be able to break it out. Hickel gets it up to Rebecca Johnston. Johnston trying to work her way in, drops it off for Hickel, and offside is called. Again, we're starting to see the end-to-end action start to open up here, almost midway through period number 1.
Yeah, you're seeing them kind of settle in and gain that confidence. Poulin, we've seen twice coming down on that fast break, and she can shoot from anywhere and score from anywhere. So Calgary's got to be really aware of her as she comes and crosses that blue line, because the first thing she does, she has her head up, and she's ready to take a shot.
Almost put a hole in the back wall here on that shot. Now it's Zoe Hickel with the puck for Calgary, looking for help in front, finds it, and the shot gets deflected wide on a good look there for Brianna Decker. Now into the corner, once again ends up in the referee's skate. And Montreal comes close to clearing it, and Rebecca Johnston circles back into the neutral zone. Johnston, fresh off of her 100th career point in the CWHL over the weekend, found it to Bellamy. Her shot gets deflected into the corner. Now it's Johnston again. Johnston with the defender all over her, circles around the back of the net. Once again, stick handling, leaves it off for Bellamy. She drops it off in the corner. Lequette looking for help in front. Pass gets deflected across ice, and it's going to be Lafort bringing it out for Montreal. Calgary starting a change, as is Montreal, so they head back into their own end. Pass through the neutral zone, picked up by Krasaniak. She finds Jenner. Jenner chips the puck into the attacking zone. Montreal cuts that off, and it's Dayu getting it to Bite. She is harassed by a couple Calgary players. They get it to the blue line, and it's a steal. And a chance now for Melody Dayu. Down the right side, Dayu, centering pass. Bite shoots, and it goes just wide. Best chance for Montreal so far, and Rigsby comes up huge on a good cross crease save.
Yeah, that's one of those risks with the type of offense Calgary's playing with those 4 deep. You're going to see a lot of those odd man rushes, and Montreal has a lot of scoring power. So nice job with Rigsby. The key to the success of this system is having a goaltender that's on their game, and so far Rigsby's shown that. 2
players you definitely don't want coming in on you on a 2-on-1, a former league MVP. As Calgary comes in the other way with a chance. Pass into the slot, shot, scores! Caitlin Willoughby gets a deflection in the slot and beats Maschmeyer. Calgary in front 1-0.
That's exactly how Calgary's going to score those goals, those transitional plays, bringing that puck in, head up, getting it on net, and making sure that other players like Willoughby are heading to the net to try to get that rebound, deflection, whatever it is.
The first time in 4 games that Maschmeyer has scored on, and for Caitlin Willoughby, it's her first goal in the CWHL, giving Calgary a 1-0 edge.
And that's how it's going to happen with these teams. We saw an odd man rush going for Montreal one way. Good save by Rigsby. And less than 30 seconds later, Calgary puts one in the back of the net.
This game as advertised so far, the first goal coming with 11:29 to go in period 1. Scramble draw at center ice, and it's going to be Montreal coming out with it. Puck gets dumped in around here. It's going to be Knight getting there for Montreal. She chips it around to Clement Hadra. Back to Knight. Watched tightly by Casey Bellamy. Puck squirts free, and it's going to be Gosling getting it to Rebecca Johnston. Down the left side, Johnston works her way into the middle. Johnston into the attacking zone. Drags it to her forehand, back to the backhand, now into the corner. Gets it back to Bellamy. Walking the blue line, pass across, save made by Maschmeyer, and she will hold on.
That was a good solid save by Mashmeyer after that last goal. You could see just that focus, making sure there's no rebounds. That's something that she's known for, is that ability to control her rebounds. She played in Calgary for one season, and it was fun to watch her for that season and see the same thing. That's what makes her just so good.
Face off to her glove-hand side. Scramble for it, still loose. It's going to be picked up by Krasaniak. She sends it to the far corner. Montreal will try to get it out, and they do. But it's picked up by Calgary in neutral ice. Krasaniak skates back to her own end, leaves it off for Jenner. With some speed through the neutral zone. Jenner chips it around one. Good support there for Montreal, but it's going to be Calgary with it again. Turnbull and Jenner battling for it down low. Good support again for Montreal. And they will lead the breakout. Long cross-ice feed, just a bit too far. Lequette's going to be the first one there for the Inferno. 7-1 against 7-1 here. First of two at the Markham McPhail between Calgary and Montreal. Lequette has it for the Inferno. Waiting for some reinforcements. She sends the pass across to Krasaniak. Bit of pressure from Dayu. They get it into neutral ice. Puck stolen by Rougeau. It's Matei coming in down the left side. Back to Dayu. Quick shot. Deflected into the corner. Poulin has the rebound. Sends it back in front. Rougeau checked off of the puck. Good effort there from Calgary, and they're going to start a breakout. It's a chance for Decker. Drop pass back. Johnson shoots and scores. Another goal off the counterattack from Calgary, and quickly the Inferno have a 2-0 lead.
Wow, what a great goal off the transition again. You could see Decker coming. She drove middle and decided to dish wide, and just that patience by Gosling on that left-hand side to find Johnston, who had all the time in the world to get a shot off. And like we've said, Johnston, 100th point in the CWHL. She's someone you don't want to leave in that high slot all alone.
Yeah, she's going to finish there 9 times out of 10 against most goalies.
Absolutely. This is exactly the start that Calgary wanted. A lot of offense, a lot of pressure, and just make sure that anytime those odd man rushes go the other way, they've got people back checking and they're ready to transition.
DeRoche almost turned it over at her own end. It's going to be Lequette with it for Calgary, but she turns it right back to Montreal. And a raucous Markham McPhail Center here tonight in Calgary. Turnbull with it here on the near side. Turnbull will chip the puck in and go after it on a forecheck that's been very good for Calgary so far. DeRoche from Montreal works it up into the middle to Levine. She tries to slow down a bouncing puck, can't get it in deep. Lequette could work in the neutral zone. Kroll watched her, but Krasaniak has it for the Inferno. Krasaniak with Hillary Knight on her. Long cross-ice feed, stolen in the neutral zone, and it's picked up by Lafort. With some speed down the right wing, Lafort loses it at the face-off circle, sends it back to the blue line. Long shot for Allard, it's deflected. Rigsby fought her way through traffic and makes a stop on not a bad response from Montreal.
Yeah, that was a really nice save there by Rigsby. She had to find that and track that through traffic. Like you said, there's a little bit of a deflection there, and that's what Montreal needs to do, is try to spread those Inferno players out, allow them to get caught, and then open up their D to get that shot from the point.
Another scramble draw. Comes back to the blue line where Allard has it. Sends the pass across, just held in by Ambrose. She gets it into the corner. Montreal trying to work a bit of a cycle, but it's stolen by Calgary, and back come the Inferno. That counterattack again. Willoughby on the right side. Wait, centering pass deflected and stopped by Mashmeyer, but another good counterattack with Louise Warren on the receiving end of a good pass into the slot.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's almost like Montreal's trying to play that trap in the neutral zone. They're backing up. They're allowing Calgary to gain the zone, and they're hoping to kind of clump up the middle. And I think that's something they might want to reevaluate here, because Calgary's just so good at moving that puck. And what happens is they move it quicker than the defense is responding, and that's where those offensive chances are being created.
Poulin kicked out of the dot. Dayu's going to go up against Jenner. Face-off won by Calgary. Bellamy has it here on the right point. Gets it down low. Picked up by Jenner. She tries to swing it across. Physical battle behind the net. That Montreal again can't clear. Here's a chance for Hickel, but Poulin battles it back. Now down low to Hickel again. Into the corner. Calgary working a bit of a cycle game. They get it back to the blue line. Bellamy over here to Gosling. Pinching in Gosling, centering pass, deflected just wide on a good backdoor look for Hickel. Calgary maintains possession. Gosling again, winds, shoots, kick save, rebound loose in the slot, and Montreal gets it away. Good pressure this time in a bit more set offense for the Inferno. Gosling up to Rebecca Johnston, looking to catch Montreal on a change. Hickle sends it across, nobody home as the physicality starts to step up here in Calgary. Krasaniak needing to wait for Hickle to get onside. They cycle it back, and they'll try again here on the left side. Jenner works her way in, fakes, shoots, blocked. Rebound goes into the corner where it's picked up by Montreal. They get it to the blue line, but a good hold by Krasaniak. More physical play down in the corner. Montreal is going to bring it out. Ambrose sends the pass across. Bate, cross ice feed up to Daou, dumps the puck in. Story that is Clement Hedra, who goes after Krasaniak. Good forecheck from Montreal, but it's going to be Lequette with the puck. Cross ice feed, and the Inferno start another breakout. Jenner, at the end of the shift, just dumps the puck in. Good forecheck from Calgary again, but slightly outnumbered as Montreal tries to break out, but good aggressive play by Rebecca Johnston.
Yeah, Calgary's done a really good job on that forecheck tonight, really making sure that that puck stays in deep, which is exactly what they want to do against Montreal.
Very few clean exits for Montreal so far in this game. Case in point here, good work there by Decker, creating a bit of a problem there as Montreal, though, does get the puck into the attacking zone. Momentarily, the puck flutters up, and it's picked up by the Inferno again. Over on the left side, it's Johnston getting it up to Hickle. Tries to work her way in. Hickle tried to drop it back off, but good defense from Montreal doesn't allow that to happen. Calgary maintains possession. Shot deflected wide. Rebound goes into the corner, and it's Hickle. Bit of a physical play to maintain possession, and we have a bit of a scramble. Montreal player down. There's going to be a penalty as the rough stuff starts to pick up with 6 minutes to go in period number 1.
Yeah, I think as you can see, Montreal's just trying to slow Calgary down, and with that comes that physical piece of it. And in that case, Zoe Hickle just kind of gave a reverse body check there and made sure that she was still standing. So it'll be interesting to see. I think both refs had a penalty call coming, and I think they're each going to go.
Deschanel, the first one to the box for Montreal.
Yeah, and that was retaliatory. She came after Hickle after Hickle gave that reverse check on Rougeau. So sometimes in those cases you got to stand up for your teammate and take one of them. And so if the Montreal would love a power play right now, but sometimes standing up for your teammate's worth it.
Hickle very much the rather being the hitter than the hittee on the first play there. So it's going to be some 4-on-4. Ambrose having a discussion with both officials.
Yeah, I'm curious what it is that they're concerned about on this one.
Whatever it is, it appears they figured it out. Jenner waiting for a combatant at the faceoff dot. Jenner wins it clean back to Krasaniak. Walks the tightrope, sends the pass across. Lequette pump fake, gets it back to the blue line, and Jenner. Down low to Lequette, she has the puck bounce on her, and with a lot of room, Marie-Philippe Poulin gets it to Daou. Daou on the left side, swings the puck in deep, good pressure from Krasaniak and support from Lequette, gets the puck for Calgary. They swing it around to Turnbull. Turnbull chips it. Good play there over on the half wall for Montreal, and Calgary's going to have to reverse course again. Lequette with Montreal quickly changing. Lequette has a lot of room down the right side. Gets the puck in deep, it gets swung around. Turnbull going after it against Hilary Knight. That's a battle Knight's going to win most of the time, and Montreal has it. Rougeau works it up to Hilary Knight. Gliding through the neutral zone. Knight gets it to Bate. She has the puck poked away by Bellamy. They work for it. Nice play by Bellamy with the stick lift. She's going to get the puck. Harassed on the way out of the zone, but Calgary gets it out. Johnston on the forehand. Works her way in. Johnston stick handles. Sends it across. Decker waits in the backhand try is stopped. Rebound. Johnston calling for it. Decker holds. Sends it across to Gosling. Sends the pass back across to Decker, who waits. Decker with Bellamy calling for it. Bellamy one-timer shot, glove save as Mashmeyer holds on. Both teams taking advantage with a little bit of extra room at 4-on-4.
Absolutely, both these teams can move the puck and they can both skate. So when you reduce the players and you have a 4-on-4 situation, you get to really see that creativity and their ability to see the ice. And we saw that with Calgary there on that last play. Decker wanted to make that move, hold on to that puck a little bit longer, and she would have had an open net, but it just got poked off her stick.
Leslie tried a bull rush technique on the face-off. Didn't work, but Calgary gets possession. Lequette's shot deflected in the corner, and it is picked up by Hovey. She swings it back around as Calgary works a bit of a cycle. All the way up top. Leslie stops, shoots, save made, rebound. Hovey had a good look, but it bounced over her stick after some real good work on the attack there from Leslie. She gets checked by DeRoche. Lafort gets it now for Montreal. 10 seconds to go in the 2 penalties. Lafort tries to get through the neutral zone. One nice move. Can't get around Rebecca Johnston, who gets it out of the attacking zone, or out of the defensive zone, rather. We're back to 5-a-side. Hickel comes out of the box, causes a bit of a disruption, and it's picked up by Rebecca Johnston. Over to Hickel. Working her way up the wing, sends it into the slot. That's cut off by Montreal, and they're going to try to break things out. They will do just that. Dayu with some speed over to Bate. Bate shoots, save made by Rigsby. Rebound is loose. Poulin has the puck slide just off of her stick, and a good aggressive play by Hickel and Gosling. They battle for it in the corner. Poulin gets it to Bate with some room. Centering pass goes through everyone. Comes back to the blue line. Long shot. Hits traffic in front. Rebound picked up by Bate. Sends it back to Ambrose. She waits. That shot is blocked. Hickel looking for a break now. Zoe Hickel with some room. Down the right side. Tired at the end of the shift. Hickel waits for reinforcements. Gets it to Decker. One move. Backhand just goes wide. Good look for Brianna Decker after a nice effort by Hickel to save some time waiting for the reinforcements. Calgary trying to get the forecheck going. Montreal looking to avoid that. Poulin. Pass to Dayu. Cut off by Krasaniak. Nice play to hold it in. Montreal tries the other side.
You could see that pressure by Montreal. That's by far their top line. All 3 of those players are in their top 3 or 4 of scoring between Daou and Bate and Poulin.
Here's a chance for Calgary. Works into the slot. Lequette has it. Her pass gets deflected into about the 5th row, and play is called. 2:26 to go in what has been an entertaining first period of hockey so far.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what we expected. A lot of speed, a lot of skill, and a lot of opportunities to score on both ends. So both goaltenders have held up pretty well. I think Mashmeyer might have wanted that first one back, but it's been a good start to this game.
When you have a goals against average under 1, I'd suggest you want most of them back because you're not necessarily used to getting scored on.
That is true.
Warren out to take the draw for Calgary. Shots 10-5 in favor of the Inferno. Dayu will take the draw for Montreal. They battle for it, and it's going to be Montreal getting possession. Rougeau in the far corner, leaves it off for Hillary Knight. They battle for it down low. A lot of aggressive board play in this one so far. Warren, centering pass, shot goes just wide. Good battle by Warren, setting up Hovey for a chance. Warren has it again. Worked over by Rougeau, and it's picked up by Montreal. They will try to break it out. Hickel aggressive on the hold. Good support by Willoughby. And Calgary keeps it in the attacking zone. Once again, they battle for it. Once again, Lafort cut off, though. And it's going to be Jenner with the puck now. Jenner back behind her own goal. Montreal on the change. Working her way up now is Jenner. Makes one move and another move. Into the attacking zone comes Jenner. Centering pass. Just missed. And now Montreal comes back the other way. Marie-Philippe Poulin down the right wing. Waiting for Dayu. Drops it up for Mateo. One-timer kicked aside. Rebound. Just bounces over Ambrose's stick. And it goes back into the neutral zone. Picked up by Jenner. Here comes Calgary on the counter. Jenner kicks it to her stick. Shoots it just wide. Turnbull corrals the rebound. Leaves it off for Lequette. Lequette waits. Sends a shot toward the goal. Deflected. It's loose. In the crease. Bounces just wide. Rebound. It's toward the goal and score. Follow the bouncing puck. Bridget Lequette does. She gets her second of the year. And Calgary's up 3.
Yeah, that puck was just bouncing all over the place, and it looked like it just went off the front of Bridget Lequette and into the back of the net. There's not much Mashmeyer could have done, but that was all a product of Brianne Jenner, making sure she got that puck in and then chasing it down and making something out of it. So, you know, a goal like that came from just hard work, and Bridget, again, like we said, that system they're playing is all offense, and so they end up with 4 players deep. There's a defenseman that's on top of the crease, and the puck going off and going in the back of the net, and that's exactly what they want from this system.
Yeah, you go to the team website and look at the roster, and they are divided by forward and defense, but you may as well just put question marks by all of it because it doesn't seem to matter a whole lot, especially in the attacking zone. Hickel sends it through neutral ice. Montreal has it, and it's going to be Deschenets leading the pass off for Martin. Deschenets' shot deflected into the corner. Gets it back. Amard fans on it, and Calgary going to look for another counterattack. Rebecca Johnston harassed a little bit by Rougeau. Hickle gets bumped off of it, but Johnston corrals it. Johnston waiting for some reinforcement. Sends the pass across to Decker. Decker drags and shoots. It gets deflected in the corner by Rougeau. Calgary on it again. Hickle worked over by a couple Montreal players. She gets it back to Johnston, who waits, circles, back to the blue line. Bellamy plays it in the corner. Nice move by Hickle, working toward the front of the goal. Gets it over to Lequette. Looking for another. Lequette shot deflected just wide by Johnston. Noticed a few times those long shots from Calgary aren't necessarily going toward the net, but looking for a tip as we wind down here. And play will stop on a fantastic opening period for the Calgary Inferno.
Yeah, I think they'll be really happy from with that start. Being up 3-0 against Montreal after the first is a really big feat. As you said, Mashmeyer has gone 2 games without even 1 goal behind her, let alone 3. So Calgary can go back into the dressing room, be happy with how they started that period, and I'm sure they're going to want to make sure that when they come out, it's the same thing. They don't want to let their foot off the gas.
So some adjustments to be made for the first-time head coach as Lillette goes to the locker room with her team on the wrong end of a 3-0 score. Shots through 20 minutes of play, 12 in favor of the Inferno and 7 for Montreal. In a moment, we will be joined by Caitlin Willoughby, one of the goal scorers for the Calgary Inferno.
What an exciting team to score your first CWHL goal against.
Not bad.
Yeah, not only is it against the Lake Canadiennes, but against Mashmeyer, a world-class goaltender. It'll be interesting how Montreal comes out into that second period. If they change anything defensively or even offensively, they're going to want to generate more shots. 7 shots, I know they'll go into the dressing room and just say that's not enough for them. Their offense, they have enough offense to generate more than that, and they're going to want to find a way to get a puck past Rigsby right away early on in that second period.
Wasn't for lack of chances. They had a couple pretty good shifts there, but it did seem like a lot of the play. 12-7 does seem rather indicative of the amount of possession that Calgary did have in that first period.
Absolutely. I'd say probably 5 of the 7 shots Montreal had, however, were on an odd man rush.
Right, yeah. So we will see the adjustments made in period number 2 as we get set to listen to Victoria chat with Caitlin Willoughby. Who is one of the goal scorers, and again, a 3-0 matchup. You mentioned that pressure offense from Calgary, and that can lead to some odd-man rushes. Montreal does get that in the first period, now up 3. Do you think Calgary takes the foot off the gas and defends a little bit more, or is this going to be still pedal to the metal for the Inferno in the second?
Yeah, with the philosophy of the torpedo system, it's all about offense, and what you want to do in the offensive zone is create chaos for the other team, essentially. Your job is to make them feel just absolutely surrounded and really clog up the center of the ice. So as we saw in that first period, Montreal was trying to make those breakout passes right through the middle of neutral zone, and that's not going to work against the torpedo system. So I think Calgary's going to want to stick to their game plan, stick to the torpedo system. It seems to be working, and Montreal is going to have to find a way, whether it's reversing that puck, chipping it high off the glass and going and chasing it. They're going to have to find a different way to break out of the zone than going through the neutral zone up the middle, because that's exactly what Calgary wants them to do.
So one of the goal scorers in this game is Caitlin Willoughby. A big goal for her, as it is her first. We now send it down to Victoria, who chats with one of the Inferno goal scorers.
Victoria Bain, and I'm here with Caitlin Willoughby, the Inferno's first goal scorer of the game. This is a great matchup between 2 teams. What's the pace of this game like?
This pace is definitely the most high pace I've had yet this season. Montreal is definitely our toughest opponent so far, and it's a very physical game. You really have to be aware of the body out there. You got to grind it out in the corners, and it's definitely a very high pace, and it takes a little bit to get used to, but I think we came out flying there in the first period, and we set the pace of the game.
Awesome. So You were just drafted this year, and you scored your first goal of the game and your first goal of your CWHL career. How does that feel?
It feels amazing. This is, I think, game 9. It took me a while to adjust to this pace. Coming from university hockey, it's definitely a big step up, but I think it felt really good to finally get that first goal, and I hope that that's just opening the gates for me and that there's many more to come.
Amazing. Glad to hear it. So you guys are up 3-0 going into the second period. How do you plan to carry that momentum for the rest of this game?
I think we have to keep in mind that 3-0, it can be a hard lead to keep up, so we have to make sure that we're not playing like it's 3-0, we're playing like it's still a tie game. We really got to focus on our defensive plays first, really strong in the D zone, and just really set the pace. Like I said, we got to keep that tempo going, keep it short shifts. I think that's key, the short shifts, and as long as we're doing those little things right, I think we'll keep the pace going.
Great. Thank you so much, and good luck with the rest of the game.
Thank you.
richer than you think.
a game with this much talent, there was a lot of different ways that first period could go. I don't think many people, including probably even Calgary, would have thought 3-0 after 20 minutes was how this was going to start.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm sure many people predicted it to be a little bit closer on the scoreboard, but like we mentioned, the shots are fairly close. Scoring opportunities, prime first grade scoring opportunities are also pretty close, and so props to Rigsby for making a couple big saves for Calgary, and good job for Calgary getting that puck past Mashmeyer.
Any adjustments you're looking for from the rookie head coach on the Montreal side?
Yeah, I think Montreal's going to have to find a way to break that puck out and find a way to capitalize on those odd man rushes. So being a little bit less passive in the neutral zone when Calgary's breaking out and trying to force them make that pass, make them chip the puck off the glass and go is what Montreal's going to want to focus on going into the second period.
The big guns out for Montreal to start period number 2. Poulin, Bate, and Daou. Daou controls after a Calgary win, gets it into the attacking zone quickly. Bellamy goes back for it for the Inferno. Drops a pass behind the goal, and Calgary's going to start a breakout. It's going to be Decker. With it through the neutral zone, sends the pass across. Hickel works her way in, long shot, deflected wide. Rebound goes into the corner, picked up by Decker. Montreal steals it from her and sends the pass down the ice. It was deflected, so icing is waved off, and Calgary goes back into their own end to pick it up. Gosling for the Inferno. Long feed here to Bellamy. Sends it up to Hickel, very active in that first period. Now to Johnston, fakes, drops it back to Hickel. Looking for some reinforcements, drops it off. Laquette shoots, hit a body in front, didn't get through. Rebound picked up by Hillary Knight. Knight now, on man rush chance for Montreal. Knight shoots, deflected wide. Good defense there from Krasaniak. Montreal maintains possession. Levine and Hillary Knight got very close on that one. Montreal will maintain possession, only for a moment though as Laquette has it. Gets it here on the near side. That's Leslie. Stick handles with it a little bit. Leaves it off for Jenner, who dumps it in. Turnbull after it for Calgary. They battle for it in the corner, and it is picked up there by Jenner. Back to the blue line to Krasaniak. Long shot, blocked by Knight, and the rebound comes out into the neutral zone. Krasaniak watched tightly by Knight. 21 on 21. Now it's Leslie. Building up speed. She works her way through the neutral zone. Leslie down the right wing. Circling around behind the goal. Leslie still with it. Good defense there by DeRoche, and it's picked up now by Warren. She tries to circle around. Bit of a mix-up behind the goal, and Montreal starts the breakout.
One thing Calgary's just been so good at this game is supporting the puck carrier. You see anytime a player gets that puck turned over, there's another Calgary player there to pick it up.
Dump in for Montreal, picked up by the Inferno, and they're going to start a breakout. Warren, not as aggressive as she would have liked on that pass through the neutral zone, and Calgary's going to have to regroup. Pass to Hovey, a bit too far for her, and icing will be the call with 17:48 to go here in the second period. So a bit more of an aggressive start for Montreal, but again, Calgary is finding a way to get that counterattack going.
Yeah, it's Calgary's just being able to keep it in that offensive end. Again, we saw another odd man rush there for Montreal with Hillary Knight bringing that puck up, but Calgary's D are up to the task. When you play this system, you get very used to playing odd man rushes, and so you can see their stick positioning, making sure that they're cutting off that pass, but also forcing that player that's coming down on them to shoot. The rule of thumb is to make sure that you let the goaltender have the shooter, the defenseman takes that pass away, but as a defenseman, if you have the opportunity to get a stick in there, you do if you can.
Willoughby in to take the draw for Calgary. She loses it. It's worked over to a large. She'll play it into the corner. Daou with it for Montreal. Daou drops it up to Tay. Centering pass. Broken up. Poulin has it. Poulin gets her stick up. No call on the play. It will continue. Puck goes to the blue line and out. Hovey leaves it for Willoughby. Back to Hovey. Down the left side. Hovey cuts back. Trying to get the puck back to Hickel at the blue line, but good work from Montreal, and Poulin will start a breakout. Hickel slowed her in the neutral zone only for a moment, and Montreal has to reverse course back. It's DeRoche getting the puck in deep. Hickel goes back for it for Calgary. Bit of a forecheck there from Daou, forces an off pass, but Bellamy recovers to get it in the neutral zone, where it's turned over by Rougeau. Up to Catherine Daou. Gets it to Clement Hadra. Centering pass. Levine shot looking short side. Goes wide. Rebound comes back out the other side. And Rigsby makes a good stop. Bit of a broken play. Leads to a chance for Knight. Now Daou. Shot. Hit a pad. Goes into the corner. Knight centering pass. Broken up there. And Calgary will look to start a breakout. Pass too far, and Montreal quickly on the counter again. Knight over on the right side, sends the pass across just a bit too far for Clement Hadra, and it goes back to the blue line. Montreal will keep it in. Calgary, though, with possession. Knight aggressive on the forecheck as she's been all night, but it's picked up by Decker.
That was a better job there by Montreal, keeping that puck down deep.
Bellamy drives, centering pass for Johnston broken up, and Montreal will look for a counterattack. And they have a chance on a 2-on-1. Emard waits, shoots, save made by Rigsby. Rebound comes all the way out the other side, and it's picked up by Erin Ambrose after a great chance for Montreal as they look to amp up the pressure. Emard has it again, drops it off. Long shot, save made by Rigsby. This one she'll be able to hold on to as the chances start to build up for Montreal, and the physical nature of one of the bigger rivalries in the league starting to take shape here in the second period.
Absolutely. Bellamy didn't like the Montreal player Amard getting that close to her goaltender, so she made sure to let Amard know to stay back. And what I appreciate about this is that the refs are allowing them to play. They're allowing these ladies to protect their goaltender, and sometimes you get those penalties after the whistle, and it's nice when they let that stuff go.
Always better for us when they let that go. Love a little bit of hate sometimes.
Absolutely.
Face-off win by Daou. Looking, that was a set play, trying to get a one-timer for Poulin, but well defended by Calgary. They have to get the puck in deep. Leslie trying to cut off a cycle, gets back to Willard at the blue line, sends the pass across. Long shot, hit a body in front, rebound, he scores! The puck bounces right to Melody Daou. She's not going to miss that. Montreal's on the board, it's 3-1.
Yeah, that was actually quite a skilled play there by Daou. It bounced off that, either it was the post or Rigsby, and Daou actually got that inner skates, kicked it up to her stick, and was able to tuck that in before gliding below the goal line. So, you know, this is what Montreal needed. You could see they were starting to have a little bit more of that puck possession, a little bit more pressure on Calgary in the offensive end, and it resulted in a nice goal there for Daou.
Second time this season, Daou has scored against Calgary. 7th time she's scored all year. And for Montreal, a big goal here early in the second. Has it now at 3-1. Face-off controlled by Calgary. Gosling makes a move through the neutral zone, sends the pass across, and now it's Johnston. But the play was offside. Johnston decided to shoot it anyway. Here's a little bit of that, and play is called here with 15:32 to go in period number 2. Connect with the CWHL and other fans by following at the CWHL on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Face-off just outside the Calgary attacking zone. It comes to Gosling. On the backhand, she'll get the puck in deep. Catherine Daou, watched by Rebecca Johnston, comes out to the blue line and all the way out where Casey Bellamy has it. Sends it across to Gosling, back up to Hickel, who chips the puck in. Picked up by Rougeau, and Montreal will try to counter.
I think we're going to see a lot of these two lines here in this second period. The Decker line and the Poulin line, those are just world-class lines going against each other for both teams.
Yeah, it seems like the benches have shortened up already in this game as Poulin is back out there for Montreal. She's watched tightly by Hickel, gets it up to Rougeau, who joins the rush. Rougeau leaves it off, and Daou didn't like what she sees, so she goes back into neutral ice. Daou gets it to DeRoche, sends the pass toward the goal. Awkward bounce. That was a little bit more dangerous than it needed to be, but Bellamy has it again for Calgary. She's watched very tightly and can't get it out. This time it is Calgary getting it out, and Decker up the left wing side. Decker trying to drive in on Atkinson. That wasn't happening. And they work for it in the corner. DeRoche has it. Sends it along where it's going to be picked up by Turnbull. Turnbull circling. Waiting for some reinforcements as Calgary changes. She gets the puck in deep again. And it's picked up by Krasaniak. They cycle it back to the blue line. And it's going to be Turnbull working away into the high slot. Turnbull has the puck poked away from her. Krasaniak wasn't there. And it goes back into the neutral zone. Good defensive pressure from Montreal. Lequette has it now. Puck gets deflected in by Jenner and chipped right back out by Montreal. Chance for another odd man opportunity. Atkinson drops, and hard shoots, save made. Rebound goes into the corner where it's picked up by Turnbull. And out the puck comes into the neutral zone. Rougeau sends it right back in. A race for it. Amard's going to get there first. Watched by Krasaniak. Amard gets it into the corner, but it works out, and it's Calgary picking it up. Krasaniak looking to reset. Gets it to Lequette. Sends it back to Krasaniak. Desperation chip. But Montreal's forecheck really starting to take shape now as Calgary's having some trouble getting out of their own end.
absolutely. Montreal's definitely, as you can see, that shot total's a little bit closer. Calgary's still looking for their first shot on net this period.
Not going to get it on that exchange as Bate gets it out to center. Calgary will cut that off, and it's picked up by Catherine Zayou. Over to Rougeau. Dumps the puck in, cross ice, as Montreal tries to get a change going. Hovey with it for Calgary, gets it up to Warren with speed to the neutral zone. Warren, centering pass goes through everyone. Willisby almost had number 2. Gets it into the corner again for Warren. Bit too far for her, and Montreal will once again look for the breakout as Allard gets it to Dayu. Dayu gets the pass to Bate. She was waiting for that for a while. Now Bate shoots, save made by Rigsby, and she will hold on to that rebound with Poulin and Dayu all over her.
This is certainly what we expected from Montreal, maybe perhaps a little bit earlier in the game, but you're starting to see them really put more pressure on Calgary, and I think that's what's making the difference. In the first period, it seemed as though in the neutral zone they were almost trying to run some kind of trap, so they were being patient, waiting for them, and now in the second period they've come out and really pressured them offensively. They've gotten that puck deep and they've gone after it, and I think it's made a big difference for their offensive opportunities.
Clement Hadra centering pass broken up by Johnston, and Calgary will look to counter. Here comes Hickel, working away up ice. Hickel drops for Johnston. Johnson circles, has Bellamy open at the point and sends it down into the corner where Hickel goes after it. Gosling pinches and holds it in, sends it toward the front of the goal. That pass picked off, and Montreal will try to break out. Puck goes just over Nightstick. Bellamy has it, sends a long feed up to Hickel. She'll tip it into the attacking zone. Hickel watched by Ambrose, tries to drive behind the net. Good stick by Ambrose, breaks it up momentarily, but Hickel has it again. Centering pass goes through everyone, comes back out to Decker. She circles up. Decker winds, fires just wide. Rebound takes a wicked bounce into the slot. Picked up again by Krasaniak. Gets it into the corner to Johnston. Best sustained pressure of the period from Calgary. Johnston to Krasaniak. Winds, shoots, goes through everything. Comes out the far side. Calgary will hold it in. Puck gets dumped in. Some calls for too many players on the ice as that puck hits the post. Rebound out to Krasaniak.
Yeah, I think Calgary got lucky there a little bit as Decker, the puck bounced her and she almost wanted to play it and then recognized that her player already changed for her.
Jenner battling for it for Calgary. It is picked up by Turnbull. She circles on the forehand. Shot blocked. Rebound loose in the slot. They continue to bat away, but it's Clement Hadra with it. Now up to Hillary Knight. Her jumped in, deflected by Krasaniak. And once again, it's Lequette with the puck. Lequette spins around Hillary Knight. Makes another nice move. Gets the puck up to Jenner, and now it's Jenner with speed through the neutral zone. She goes over to the board. Sends it in front to Lequette. Centering pass broken up, but Jenner has it. Quick shot, stopped by Mashmeyer, and she will hold on. So now we see Calgary starting to sustain a bit of pressure in the offensive zone.
Yeah, it's interesting how the momentum changes in this game, and it's heavy on one end and then heavy on the other, and I think that's what it is. Once these teams, either one of them gain possession of the puck, it's hard to get them to lose possession of the puck. So what happens is whoever has it on their stick for quite some time before it gets turned over.
Into the neutral zone now. It's picked up by Murray. She tries to get it in deep. Montreal, though, keeps it out and gets it in deep themselves. Rigsby thought about playing it. Tori Hickel's going to do that instead for Calgary. The Inferno with speed through the neutral zone. Hovey's going to drive to the net. Looking for some support is Willisby. Sends it across. That pass goes through everyone. Rebound played into the corner. It's picked up there by Montreal. DeRoche up to Dayu. And Melody Dayu will lead the breakout. Working her way through, waiting for some reinforcements. Pass across, shot, scores! Oh, what a shot! Bate goes top shelf, and Montreal is pulled within one. It's 3-2.
Yeah, what a fantastic play there, Dayu. Coming through the center, making sure that Calgary's paying attention to her, and Bate coming right off the far wing, that left side, puts it bar down and in. You can't do much on that, on a shot like that.
For Bate, it's her 6th goal of the season. Continues a hot run for her after 6 points over the weekend. All of a sudden, we have a 1-goal hockey game again here at Markham McPhail.
This is more of the game that we expected after the first period, and so Montreal's had a couple opportunities, and it was just a matter of time before they found the back of the net.
That top line for Montreal out again as they look now for the equalizer. Poulin tries to move in, poked away by Bellamy in the corner where Poulin has it. Cycles it down to Dayu. Bellamy swings it all the way around. Johnston can't get there. Catherine Dayu holds it in. Only for a moment, though, as Bellamy will bring it out. They quickly work it over to Rebecca Johnston on the left side. Johnston works the give and go. Sends it toward the front of the goal. Was hoping for a deflection. Decker couldn't quite get there. They get it back to the blue line to Gosling. Swings it down around where it's going to be picked up by Rougeau. To the blue line, and Zeu plays it out. Gosling goes back for Calgary as the Inferno change. Long lead pass to Decker. She'll play it into the attacking zone. Maschmeyer will cover that one up and have to hold on with Turnbull pressuring her midway through the second period.
What's so exciting about this game is it's really all about that offensive piece. There's very little play in that neutral zone right now. Either one team's in the offensive end and it's closer, or the other team's in the offensive end creating some kind of scoring opportunity. So this second period's been really exciting.
Pretty good pace to this one.
On this big ice surface, you really get to see how fast these players are, and a lot of them are used to the international ice surface, and so having that opportunity with lots of space, lots of area to play, you can really see that speed.
Turnbull called to take the draw for Calgary. Looked like she had won it, but Montreal gets control. They will swing it around and clear. Jenner in support. Stops it before it can get too far. They battle for it along the boards. Jenner gets it in deep. Picked up there by Ambrose. She sends it across and Knight has it. Puck knocked off of her stick. Leslie up to Turnbull, who quickly counters. Turnbull loses it. It bounces into the slot area. Maschmeyer pokes it away, but good aggressive play by Jenner is tied up. And for the first time this game, Calgary's going to go to the power play.
Yeah, and that's definitely a hooking call on that one. Jenner had her hands hooked. That stick got right in between her hands and pulled her off the puck there. So, you know, the power play hasn't necessarily been super successful for Calgary considering their firepower they have and the offensive talent they have on their team. It's an area that they want to continue to improve as the season goes on, and this is going to be a good opportunity against a team that is almost perfect in the penalty kill.
Yeah, the next goal that Montreal allows shorthand will be the first one they allow this season. Tie up draw. Johnston gets it, and Calgary will look to set it up. Johnston to Bellamy. Over to Gosling. Sends a cross-ice pass that gets deflected, and Montreal will clear. Lafleur gets it out of the zone. Bellamy with Decker in support. Johnston out there as well, along with Hickle and Gosling. Cross-ice feed. Here's Johnston. Weaving her way in. Johnston waits. Still has it, gets it down low, now back up to Bellamy. Bellamy winds, fakes, they work it back, and it hits off of Bellamy's skate and into the neutral zone. Montreal taking this advantage to change the penalty killers up as Bellamy gets it to Decker. Decker sends it into the slot, that gets broken up by DeRoche, and Montreal will try to clear. Dayu had some trouble with it in the neutral zone, does eventually get it into Calgary territory, where once again they'll have to regroup. Bellamy. A couple players got tied up behind the play, but Bellamy still has it. She'll chip it in, looking for some help from Hickle. They get it down into the corner. Zoe Hickle worked over by a couple players from Montreal. Good support there from Decker. Helps Calgary maintain possession. Sorry, that was Jenner. Back to the blue line to Bellamy. Sends a pass across. Turnbull just off of the bench. Has to take it on the backhand, circling around. Turnbull thought about the wraparound, now comes into the face-off circle, shot deflected, rebound, out the other side, great chance for Calgary, but they can't pull the trigger. Calgary has it again, behind the attacking net, over to Krasaniak, sends it back up top to Lequette. She winds, shot deflected by Bate into the corner, where it's picked up by Montreal, they can only get it to the blue line. Lequette holds it in. Works it down low to Jenner, sends it in front, Turnbull one-timer blocked and cleared. So some control from Calgary, not a ton of danger just yet as his power play winds down.
Yeah, you can see why Montreal's so good. They put a lot of pressure on sticks in the passing lanes.
Krasaniak shot blocked, rebound is stopped. It was Jenner crashing into the net. She goes into it, the puck does not, and play is called with 6:55 to go in a fast-paced second period.
Yeah, so there you have it again. Montreal being able to kill off that penalty. And like I was saying, they're just so aggressive on the penalty kill. If they see numbers, they go. And they're not afraid to put one or two people in that corner to get that puck out. And the second thing they're so good at is just making sure their sticks are in those passing lanes, making sure that Calgary thinks they have a pass, but having a stick in the lane to be able to deflect it.
Faceoff comes outside the zone. It was a Calgary player who knocked the net off, so Montreal wins the draw and looks to start a breakout, but that pass gets stolen by Warren, and Calgary will look to set up. Good forecheck from Montreal, but it's picked up by Warren. She gains the attacking zone with some speed. Warren drops it off. Hovey drives behind the net. Murray calling for it back in the blue line. Murray's shot blocked. Rebound picked up by Warren. She's watched tightly by Clement Hadra. The puck bounces toward the goal. That save a little bit more difficult than I think Mashmeyer was expecting on a bouncing puck that gets to her with 6:24 to go. That shot total starting to creep up for Calgary now as the period goes along.
Yeah, Calgary's starting to get a little bit more offense now, which is what they need to do in response to those 2 goals. They really don't want to let Montreal tie this thing up going into the third.
Face off to the blocker's side of Mashmeyer. It's going to be Decker taking it for Calgary. Or not. So Hickle will take it for Calgary. It is controlled by Montreal. Good job by Johnston to win the loss. They battle for it along the boards, but Montreal clears. Bellamy sends it across to Gosling. Feels like that pair's been out this entire period. They dump it in, Montreal dumps it out.
Like you said, they're definitely double shifting. Both ends are double shifting those top 2 lines. They're getting a lot of ice time here, and they're up to the task so far.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's complaining out there as we're seeing some of the best players in the world facing off a lot in this game. Full sail changes for both teams as the faceoff comes back into Montreal territory. Jenner in to take the draw. She'll get to this time. They battle for it. Montreal will maintain possession. Bate helps the puck out of the zone. Quickly picked up by Leslie. She's looking to get it across to Krasaniak, but good forecheck from Daoud. One of the Montreal goal scorers. It's going to be Leslie working her way through. Gets it up to Turnbull. Turnbull stops up, sends it back to Jenner. Puck bounced on her, and Bate brings it out. Bate with speed through the neutral zone. Stops, waits up, sends it down low. Daoud works her way back to the blue line, sends a pass across. It bounces off Rougeau's stick and picked up by Leslie. She'll dump it in to look for a change, and she had been out for a little bit. Daoud has it for Montreal. Sends the puck back to Rougeau. And Montreal will start the break. Long feed off of that change. Hamard's shot deflected into the corner. Rebound picked up by Hovey, and she'll chip it down the ice. Puck gets deflected, icing waved off. Allard has it. Sends a long feed over to DeRoche. That pass through the neutral zone, stepped up on, and Hovey has it. Trying to get it in deep. Mashmeyer will play it and cover it. As Hovey, a good play in the neutral zone, forces a offensive zone faceoff for Calgary.
Yeah, I think Hovey's been really noticeable tonight in terms of her speed and her ability to drive wide. She's coming off that bronze medal at the Four Nations with the Team Finland, and I think she's been exciting to watch. It's always fun to have players from other countries joining the CWHL and having the opportunity to play women's professional hockey, and she's had a good game today.
Decker in to take the draw. They battle for it, and Decker ends up with it. She circles back. Decker still with the puck. Sends the pass across. A little bit too far, and Calgary's going to have to retreat. Bellamy up the middle. That pass gets deflected in, and it's Hickle. Watched tightly in the corner by Catherine Daoud. They battle for it. Hickle didn't know where it was. She has it. Cycles it back down. Picked up by Decker. Works her way out in front. Decker with a chance. Blocked. Rebound. That's blocked as well. Catherine Daoud has it for Montreal. They get it to the blue line. No further. Good hold by Gosling, and now it's out.
Rougeau's had a couple of those big blocks in front of Mashmeyer.
Johnston has it now for Calgary. Watched by Rougeau. Another one who feels like she's been out there the entire period. Off to Decker. Drags and shoots. Mashmeyer, who holds on with 4:06 to go. Calgary again starting to sustain some pressure with that Johnston line.
Yeah, that Johnston line has had great success in the offensive zone, which is no surprise considering who is on that line. And I think Zoe Hickle's been a really nice addition to that line. You know, playing with two of the top players in the world is a big task, and she's done a great job this season, not only keeping up with them, but being able to create offense and go get that puck and make sure that she's being a productive member of that line as well.
Montreal now has it. Daoud circles back. Aggressive forecheck from Calgary. Cross-ice feed. Just bounces over Ambrose's stick, and they'll try to work it back out. Puck gets deflected by Krasaniak. Daoud eventually falls on it. Daoud back to the blue line. Ambrose spins, but good support again from Calgary, and they'll try to get a breakout. Jenner can't quite get it past a good diving effort from Ambrose as they battle for it along the boards. Calgary reverses ice, and it's Turnbull chipping it in and around the check of Willard. Bate has it. Over to Willard.
Really seeing Montreal step up there when Calgary's breaking out, and I think it's making a huge difference on breaking up Calgary's transition game.
Yeah, that counterattack for Calgary hasn't been as prevalent this period. Tori Hickle. The rookie works it up to Hovey. With some speed, Hovey driving in, cuts toward the middle, drop pass. Here's an opening, pass across, and a great stop by Mashmeyer. Oh, what a save on a fantastic chance for Tori Hickle. Calgary's best opportunity of the period, but it's still a one-goal game.
Wow, what a fantastic save by Mashmeyer. She tracked that puck right from one side of the crease to the other and was able to get that blocker out and stop that backdoor opportunity.
Warren, good battle for it down low. Johnston holds. Hickle, fresh off of that fantastic chance, will get the puck in deep as Calgary looks to change. DeRoche, watched tightly by Johnston. Brohl plays it around. Deschanel has it for Montreal. She loses it along the boards, and it's Hickle. Walking in, Hickle drags. Nice play to break that one up. And a diving effort from Brohl only gets it to the blue line. Calgary holds, goes across ice. Picked up by Gosling. She pinches. Gosling waits. Tries to drag it in front. Another good play by Brohl. Johnson on the backhand. Sends it in front. Hickle. Deflection stopped.
I don't think Hickle realized that she was all alone out front there. She had a lot of time to perhaps even make another move with that one.
Yeah, she basically had the entire side of that ice on the opportunity there.
Great pressure by Calgary. This is a good response after letting those 2 goals in early on in that second period. This is what they need. They need to push to make sure that they get that 2-goal lead here going into that third period.
Zoe Hickle seems to circle the Montreal games on the calendar with 3 points in 2 games against Montreal so far this season. You can see how, as she has been buzzing all night. Jenner to take the draw for Calgary. Couple pump fakes from the official. We get the drop, and it's going to be Calgary maintaining possession. Turnbull gets it across. Laquette, long shot, deflected a couple times, doesn't get through, and Montreal will try to clear. Laquette was having none of that. She has it. Gets it back to Krasaniak. Krasaniak, long feed over on the right side. Turnbull walks in, fakes. Got a shot block attempt, and now she'll hold on. Turnbull circling in the corner. Circles once again. Gets it back. Long shot from Krasaniak. Deflected into the corner where it's picked up by Leslie. She gets it across to Jenner. Up to Laquette. She'll hold. Turnbull sends it toward the goal. Mashmeyer will cover and hold on. A little bit of an extra shot from Leslie after with 1:27 to go here in the second period.
Great pressure here. You can see this is getting a little bit heated here, which is what we like to see, that passion we talked about earlier. Yep. Montreal skating over to Leslie, letting her know they didn't appreciate that extra jab at Mashmeyer.
Yeah, most don't. Most teams don't go, you know what, that shot, we'll let it slide. It's fine.
Absolutely.
You do you. Face off to the glove side of Mashmeyer, who's been very busy with 18 saves in the first period and almost 2 periods of this game. Long shot, deflected wide, rebound Johnston. Works it back toward the blue line. Johnston gets it to Gosling. That pass just behind her, and Knight will clear. Picked up again in the neutral zone from Johnston. Tries to get it back in deep. Hickle has it. They battle for it along the boards. Levine, one of the Montreal players in there. It's going to be Catherine Dayu getting it to Knight. Knight driving wide, looking for some support on the backside. Sends the backhand pass in front. Rougeau's shot deflected just wide. Rebound picked up by Gosling. She'll reverse it back to Decker. Up to Bellamy. Here comes Zoe Hickle, buzzing all period, looking for another opportunity as she gets it in deep. 40 seconds to go in period number 2. Hickle sends a pass across. That gets broken up by Dayu, but the clearing attempt broken up by Hickle. She drives wide, sends it back. Long shot, Laquette fanned on that one, and it's going to be Montreal trying to break out. Penalty coming up here against Calgary as Knight works her way through the neutral zone. Knight will dump it in. It's going to be touched by Laquette. And for the first time in this game, Montreal is going to go to the power play, albeit abbreviated, with only 18 seconds to go here in period number 2.
Yeah, when you're up by 1 goal, you certainly don't want to be starting the third period on the penalty kill.
No.
And against Montreal, who is one of the top power play units in the league this year. So there's 18 seconds here. Calgary's goal right now is just to get out of this period so that they can reset, get focused to kill that penalty going on, starting the third.
I believe that's Decker in the penalty box. So Montreal to the power play.
Face-offs are such a key part of the game, and I think Calgary's done a really good job in the face-off dot. Brianne Jenner in particular is one of the top face-off players in the league.
Turnbull now, short-handed rush down the right side, tying moments. Turnbull drops it back, Jenner shoots. Save made by Mashmeyer. Rebound comes out. Bellamy will play it into the corner, and that is how period 2 will end. A great rush for Calgary, short-handed, as they almost capitalized, and what a momentum shift that would have been after what has to be considered a successful second period for Montreal.
Absolutely. I think Montreal can be happy with how they started that second period. I think at the end again, though, Calgary really puck possessed. They had a lot more scoring opportunities. They were in control of that game. So Montreal wants to get back to the way they started that second period, and starting the third with the power play is exactly how you want to do that.
Yeah, it really felt like Montreal a bit more the desperate team to start that period, as you would expect, down 3-0. But as you mentioned, Calgary starting to take over. It felt like Zoe Hickle was in the offensive zone basically the entire period.
Yeah, she was definitely one of those players that you noticed during that second.
So we are waiting to hear from Melody Daou. She will be our guest with Victoria for the second intermission. Shots through 40 minutes of play in favor of Calgary again. It is 22 for Calgary and 13 for Montreal. Well, what did you make of the adjustments made by Montreal down 3-0 going into that second period?
You know, I think what they did is they really started to put pressure on Calgary as they started to transition. They also made sure that when they got that puck deep, they had players supporting. They were buzzing in the offensive end, and that's what's key to this. They scored off of the transition as well. So taking those shots, taking those opportunities, not getting themselves so deep that they put themselves out of a scoring opportunity. So those little adjustments made a big difference in the score in the second period.
Yeah, it really felt like that Calgary counterattack wasn't quite as prevalent, at least in the early going of that second period.
Yeah, for sure, and Montreal did a fantastic job slowing them down.
So as mentioned, shots 22-13 through 40 minutes of play for Calgary. This essentially a battle for first place in the CWHL. Again, games played being what they are, but you have to figure the team winning this series going to put themselves in a pretty good spot to be first in the league once all is said and done.
Absolutely, especially since they've already had their other series against each other. This is a big weekend for both teams.
Calgary scoring 3 in period number 1. Montreal countering with 2 here in the second. We've talked about the adjustments made for Montreal. What are you looking for from Calgary for the third period?
I think Calgary needs to get back to that first period mentality of just buzzing and making sure that they're forcing Montreal to make those hard passes, make those hard plays, and get them to shovel it up the neutral zone. Allow them, make them think they have that, and then take that puck and attack.
One of the players scoring for Montreal, making this a 1-goal game through 40 minutes of play, is Melody Daou. She is ice level now with Victoria.
Hi, I'm Victoria Bame, and I'm here with Melody Daou. So, what was the locker room talk like after the first period being down 3-0?
I just think that coming off the plane right before the game, and that was tough for us. So, just to keep it simple, stick with the game plan, and I think that's what we did in the second period, and it showed.
Thank you. Do you think scoring that first goal really rallied your team and really, created the momentum for you guys in that period?
Yeah, I think that was our goal. As a team, we wanted the next goal, and that's what we did. We're really happy with the start of our second period, and I think we need just to keep going for the next goal in the third period.
Perfect. So how do you plan to implement and carry this momentum you guys have built and created to come back?
Yeah, I think just staying positive, sticking to the game plan, and I think it's really important for our team to keep putting pucks on net with traffic in front, and goals are going to happen. We saw it in the second, and just play our game. I think it's pretty simple, but that's what hockey is all about.
Perfect. Thank you so much, and good luck in the rest of the game.
Thank you.
Thanks.
think.
Welcome back as we get ready for the third period here at the Mark McPhail Center between Calgary and Montreal. The first period scoreboard-wise, all Calgary. Second period scoreboard-wise belongs to Montreal.
Absolutely. That second period started out with Montreal really coming out, pushing the pace and creating a lot of offense, and that resulted in 2 goals, and it also resulted in them being in a position to be back in this game. So being down by 1 goal going into the third period and on the power play, you couldn't think of a better way to start the third when you're trying to get that tying goal.
It did feel like Calgary got a little bit stronger as that second period went on, though. Did you see an adjustment that the Inferno made to start to tilt the play more in their favor?
Yeah, I think they really started to gain that momentum after that power play. Like we said before, Zoe Hickle was really leading the way in that second period. Her pace started to pick up. She had some great scoring opportunities, and sometimes all it takes is that one player to kind of spark the rest of the team, and I think she did that in the second period. I think faceoffs were really important too. We saw Calgary win the majority of those offensive faceoffs, and when you can win a faceoff in the offensive zone, it means you start with possession and you're not on your heels, you're not having to back check and retreat, you get to go into offense, and so those faceoffs have played a really big role in Calgary's success offensively.
We've seen quite an offensive first 40 minutes of this game. Are you expecting that similar type of pace as we get ready for the final 20?
Absolutely, especially with Montreal starting on that power play and it being a 1-goal game and that push for first overall in the league. I think we're going to see a lot of offense and we're going to see a lot of scoring opportunities, and I think we're going to see some great goaltending as well.
Yeah, those goaltenders have been as strong as you would expect from 2 of the best in the league. Mashmeyer, you mentioned there was one she would have wanted back, but there hasn't been a lot of real just squeakers getting through in this one. It's been a lot of grade A opportunities.
Absolutely. Both these goaltenders are just so good at tracking that puck. That's one of their strengths. They can see that puck even with a lot of traffic in front of the net, and not only do they see the puck, but they do such a great job of controlling those rebounds, and when you're not giving that second or third opportunity against teams like this, it's really hard to get any goals scored on you. So both teams are really good at that, and we're seeing that tonight. Again, like you said, 2 world-class goaltenders going head-to-head.
This may surprise you. Marie-Philippe Poulin is starting the period out there with Melody Daou and Bate, one of the goal scorers for Montreal. On the Calgary side, Jenner, Bellamy, as well as Gosling and Rebecca Johnston. An important next 20 minutes as first place is up for grabs in the CWHL. Third period underway with Calgary up 1 on the scoreboard, down 1 on the ice as Montreal is on the power play, and they'll have to start all the way back behind their own goal.
Here's one of those situations where every player on the team has had an opportunity to represent their country in some capacity, so the skill level out there right now is just phenomenal.
Bate tries to swing it around. That gets cut off by Bellamy. She tries to clear, and it's Poulin with it. In behind the goal to Bate. Back to Poulin. Ambrose winding up for a one-timer. Pass was a bit off for that. She'll send it down to Hillary Knight. Pass to Ambrose, missed, and now Johnston trying to get a shorthanded break. Johnston down the left side, waits, sings the pass across, and they score! I don't know if that pass made it all the way to Brianne Jenner. It does go into the back of the net, and a massive shorthanded goal for Calgary to start period number 3. It's 4-2.
That was absolutely huge. They needed that puck to go in, and you're right, it didn't make it away across to Brianne Jenner. I think it went off Rougeau's stick, actually, as she tried to intercept that pass, and you know that. As a defenseman, what do? You have to take away that pass, and unfortunately it was a bad bounce that ended up in the back of their net. But again, great job by Johnston and Jenner. You can just see that speed from Johnston. Her breakaway speed is incredible, and when she even has half a step on the defender, you're pretty much hooped.
Johnston does get credit for it. It's her 6th of the year, and again continues a strong stretch for her. That's now at least 6 points in her last 3 games. Montreal starts the breakout now, down 2, still on the power play. But another steal, and Lequette dumps it in. It's been a great atmosphere all night here at Winsport, and that continues here into the third period. Montreal needing to get something going, down 2. Rougeau up to Deschanel. She will dump it in as Krasaniak cutting her off. Turnbull has it. Swings it around the boards. Rougeau can't hold it in, and Montreal has to restart. Given they were down a player going into this third period, I don't think you could ask for a better start for Calgary. Rougeau Up the far side, that's Atkinson, sends it across. Levine couldn't quite get a stick on it. It goes in here to the near side corner. Hovey can't clear. She gets a second crack at it, but a good hold by Willard. Third try is the charm, and she gets it out to center. Johnston, again, weaves her way in, sends the puck toward the goal. That goes wide. Rebound picked up by Decker. Back to five-a-side hockey. Decker out of the box, the long shot. Bellamy put it just wide. Rebound, Gosling pinches down and holds. Gosling sends it down to Johnston. She has to battle Levine for it. Good support from Gosling, and Calgary maintains possession. Gosling gets it back to Decker. Long shot, tipped just wide. On another good opportunity there from Calgary. They maintain the pressure.
You can see Calgary, a player left in front of the net, and that's the result of, again, this offense that they play. As a Montreal player, you feel so confused because it all feels like there's four forwards, and so that high forward needs to get used to playing almost like a D.
Turnbull driving in, had the puck just knocked off of her stick. She'll set it up again. Turnbull cuts back. Watched tightly by Brohl, and it's a turnover. Good defense, good support from Montreal, and Poulin bringing it out. Nice stick there from Lequette, and she'll end up with the puck on a really good play by Paquette. Jenner has it now for Calgary. Jenner chips it up to Turnbull. She drives in on the backhand, drops it off. Lequette shot helped over the net by Maschmeyer on another stop from the Montreal goaltender. Leslie worked over by a couple Montreal players down low. They get it to Jenner. She circles in the corner, battling with Poulin. They continue to work for it, and it's going to be Poulin sending it across to Catherine Zeu. Quickly up to Bate. She gains the red line and dumps it in. Rigsby comes out to play it. Both teams change. With a ton of speed up ice. Out comes Calgary with Kelly Murray. She sends it across to Hovey, who chips it in. They battle for it, hard checking behind the goal in what's been a pretty physical game so far here at Markham McPhail. Atkinson looking for the puck in the neutral zone. She's able to get it by Tori Hickel. It's picked up by Kelly Murray. She tries to reverse course. Hillary Knight was on her, though. Creates a turnover. Calgary turns it right back. And Calgary racing up again. Louise Warren driving wide on the backhand. The rest of the team changing. She'll curl up, sends it in front. Good chance for Johnston. Stop. Rebound. Rebecca Johnston gets it to the blue line. Gosling just misses it. She has to hurry with Atkinson all over her, but she gets it to Johnston. Quickly through the neutral zone. Calgary again. Bellamy dumps it in for Hickel. But that's helped along by Deu. Back to the blue line. Everyone overskated that, and it's picked up by Decker. Sends the pass across. Stopped by Maschmeyer, and she'll hold on. 4.5 minutes gone in the third period.
You know, it really does feel like Johnston's on the ice almost every second shift at this rate. She's pretty much played the first 4 minutes of this period, and we've played 4.5. So a testament to her, and when you've had a couple goals and a bounce that's going your way, you probably want her on the ice.
Yeah, it feels like she's been on the ice the whole period, and then there's been about 5 of her because she is all over the puck so far this period. Going to be Zoe Hickel to take the draw for Calgary. It is won by Montreal. They try to clear, but don't. Hickel holds it in along the half wall. Gets it down to Jenner, who was knocked off the puck, and Montreal will try to clear. That's Ambrose looking for a long feed. Poulin cuts it off, and will try to gain some speed through the neutral zone. Pass up to Deu. She waits. She did this on the first Montreal goal. And the puck is sent in deep. Bate works it along. It's Deu again. Trying to get it back to Ambrose. Cut off on a good battle play there by Hickel. And Decker gets it out to Johnston, who chips and perhaps for the first time this period changes.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see it's nice. I think Leslie's line's getting out there now, too. When you have that 2-goal lead, you can kind of allow yourself to throw in that third line a couple times, too, which is good when you play, 2 back-to-back games over the weekend.
Clement Hadra gets it in deep, worked over by Krasaniak. Jenner tries to help it along. Lequette's going to go after it. Hillary Knight with speed, trying to get there as well. They battle for it right by the blue line. Knight gets it a little bit deeper for Clement Hadra. She goes in down the wing. Nice drag move behind the goal. Clement Hadra circles, but the pass is cut off, and Turnbull brings it out. Turnbull with speed through the neutral zone. Trying to get around Rougeau. She does, but without the puck. Turnbull has it again, cuts back. Gets it back to the blue line, Krasaniak. Help down into the corner, puck bounces in front. Tori Hickle a try, and that goes wide on another good opportunity for the young rookie. Now back to the blue line. Good spin move there by Jenner. She tries to play it in deep, but Hillary Knight cuts it off. Knight tripped up in the neutral zone. That's going to be a penalty. And Willoughby is going to go to the box for a couple as Hillary Knight creates a turnover and a penalty.
You know, that's just a tough call. Hillary Knight cut middle, and Willoughby had her lane. So in my eyes, that absolutely was not a tripping penalty. That was a tough call there, and you can see the bench boss of Calgary agrees with that. You can't do much. If the player's going to cut into you, that's on them.
Still 13:52 to go, but in a 2-goal game, this feels like a rather important advantage for Montreal.
For sure. There's lots of time left in this game, and if they can get within one, that's going to be give them the best chance to tie this game up.
Knight is out there. She gets it to Poulin. Back to Knight. Works it back to the blue line to Ambrose. Down to Poulin. Watch tightly. Sends it back toward the goal. Shot, stop, rebound. Knight has it in a dangerous spot. Down to Bate. Back to Knight. 2 Montreal players behind the goal. They get it back to the point to Ambrose. Across, one-timer shot, stop, rebound. Knight controls for Montreal. Hillary Knight reverses toward the corner, sends it down to Bate. Already one tonight, centering pass, just missed Poulin and goes out of the zone. But a dangerous start to this power play for Montreal, and they'll try to get right back in. Daou. Couple players changed, still swinging around. Turnbull looks to help it out, and she won't. Held into the blue line by Ambrose. Down in the corner, Bate. Now Daou. Back up top, that pass just a bit too far for Lillard, and it goes all the way back into the Montreal zone. So Les Canadiennes helping out Calgary on that one.
You know, it's not surprising Montreal's power play is so good when you think of Hillary Knight and Poulin out there. Both of them are, for their respective teams, are really the big goal scorers in big games, including the Olympics. So, you know, to have 2 of those on one power play unit is pretty special.
Lillard has it now, back to Rougeau. Pass across to Clement Hadra, broken up by Jenner. They scramble for it, and Jenner gets it to Turnbull. Shorthanded chance for Calgary. Already one shorthanded goal tonight. Turnbull walks in, sends it across, just missed. Rebound comes back out to Lequette. She will hold it in. Rougeau goes after it for Montreal, trying to get something out of the final 25 seconds of this power play. Imard, pass broken up by Hovey, who's been excellent tonight for Calgary. The Finnish national slowing things up in the neutral zone. Montreal does get it in. Imard with a chance, that flutters wide. Rebound, Lafort racing, trying to hold it in. Just gets there. Makes a move, Lafort winds. Sends it in front, the pass just deflected wide. Rebound, battling for it behind the goal. Willoughby, freed from the penalty box. We're back to 5-on-5 with 11:45 to go in period number 3. The first to 2 between the top 2 in the CWHL. So far, advantage Calgary. They have the puck behind the goal. Hovey, centering pass. They battle for it in front, and it's picked up by Les Canadiennes. Daou through the neutral zone. Puck knocked off of her stick. Sticks flying everywhere, and it's picked up by Calgary. That's Warren having to dodge a couple loose sticks out there. And Warren now building up speed. Sends it to Tori Hickle. Back to Warren. Works her way through the middle. Leaves it off for Zoe Hickle. Centering pass. Tip just wide. Rebound. Picked up by Montreal. Aggressive play in the corner by Durocher. Trying to get around a couple Calgary players. Lost it. And now they battle for it. That's Warren, one of the players in for Calgary. Durocher in for Montreal, among others. And it's Montreal with it, bringing it out. Good speed now for Bate. She gets rubbed off the puck, but keeps trucking down toward the corner. Chipped around, Gosling trying to cut it off. It ends up with Bate, not easily. She'll get it to Poulin. Back to the blue line to Durocher. Back down low to Daou. As the Calgary crowd willing on the Inferno. Up 2, midway through the 3rd period. Johnston, long feed. Just missing the attacking player. That was Woodworth, who just couldn't get a stick on it. Now Montreal on the attack. Atkinson moving in on the backhand try. That's blocked by Gosling, who's had an excellent game tonight. Now up to Jenner. She works her way in. Jenner cuts back, drops it off. Chance for Leslie. She fans on it. And now a counter chance for Clement Hadra. Down the right side she goes. Puck poked off of her stick by Krasaniak, and now it's Leslie. Looking for Lequette. She'll leave it off for Leslie, who has a ton of speed as she works through the neutral zone. Turnbull with her. So is Jenner. Leslie driving into the corner. Centering pass. Hits the skate and goes just wide.
The pace of this game has been incredible. It's just back and forth, back and forth. No whistle here in a long time, but both teams having opportunities to score.
There's one for Calgary, shot just wide, rebound picked up by Lequette. She'll send it toward the goal, that one blocked. Very technical save in front. And it's picked up by Hillary Knight. She winds, sends it toward the goal. That almost broke the glass. Comes out and Knight will, of course, get it again and chip it in even deeper before going for a change. First one wasn't deep enough, apparently. They battle for it down low. Picked up by Warren. She'll play it around to Lequette. Lequette cutting back. I would say she's having a good one. Let's just assume everyone's having a good night tonight. Very few passengers in Game 1 of this important series here at Markham McVale. Willoughby.
Absolutely, and these are the games that these players just live to play in, where they're high compete, high skill, and at any given moment the tables can turn.
Calgary looking to turn it here. Willoughby drive. Shot stop. Big rebound in the slot. Picked up by Deschanel. And back comes Montreal the other way. Emard dumping it in. Good support from Hickle. She'll battle for it in the corner. That's Tori Hickle. Loses it though. Shot stop. Rebound. Sitting at the side of the goal. And it's cleared by Calgary. On a good chance for Montreal. They need a couple down two. Up the middle. Picked up by Zoe Hickle. She tries to drive wide. Good defense, and the puck comes back into the neutral zone. Picked up by Calgary. Bellamy gets it to Hickle. She cuts back. Harassed by a few Montreal players, and out they come. It's Poulin sending the pass across to DeRoche. She waits, goes wide, dumps it in. Good defense by Gosling, forcing the chip in. Johnston with the support. Gets it as far as the half wall, where Catherine Zayou keeps it in. Now Poulin gets it across. Bate. Shot deflected. Rigsby had it, didn't know it, but she had it. And play is called with 8 minutes to go. And finally a chance to exhale and maybe drink some water if you're the play-by-play guy.
Absolutely. That was 4 minutes of non-stop hockey there. There's been a stick in the Calgary zone for the last 4 minutes, causing a little bit of havoc there in the corner. So you're right. Everybody can take a deep breath here. I think both teams' benches are feeling that energy, feeling that adrenaline, and sometimes a whistle's nice to reset.
Bit of a longer reset as Knight comes in to take the draw. She tries to win it forward and does rather effectively. She'll batter with Lequette down low. They continue to work for it behind the Calgary goal, and it's Turnbull. Looks weird down there without a stick. We were so used to it. Now Leslie sends the pass in front, deflected. Puck was touched by a high stick, and so play is going to be whistled down with 7:44 to go in the third period.
This puck's going to come outside into the neutral zone as Bridget Lequette just got her stick up on that puck that was above the shoulders.
Seemed like both teams went after it with a high stick. I wasn't sure who that one was going to be on. Face off, controlled by Calgary. Kinda. Comes out into the neutral zone, and it's picked up by Krasaniak. She'll dump it in hard around the boards. Mashmeyer slows it down, picked up by Leslie. She'll leave it off for Turnbull. Turnbull circles, sends it toward the goal. Shot stop, rebound. That's picked up by Calgary. Jenner cycling down low. Gets it back to Leslie. She chips it to Lequette. Pinching in, Lequette. Sends it down behind the goal. Jenner back in front to Lequette on the forehand. Put it just wide. Rebound comes out in front. Mashmeyer tries to cover. Jenner jabbing away. But play is called. And once again, we see they aren't technically the defense on the team, but very active in the offensive game for Calgary.
Yeah, and you know, Calgary, not only are the defense in the offensive zone, but Calgary really does have a lot of offensively gifted D, and I think that's what makes this system work so well. We know Bridget Lequette has that strong, hard shot from the point, and letting her to let that go loose at the tops of the circles is even better.
Montreal looking to counter. They bring it in. Hickle plays it off. Battle for it behind the Calgary goal. Kelly Murray and Hickle working down low. It's going to be picked up by Willoughby. Scored her first career CWHL goal tonight. She gets it to Hovey. Hickle falls. Chance for Montreal. They have it. Circling back, it's Levine. She gets poked off of the puck. Hickle clears it to the line and out. Both teams playing some lines that haven't seen a ton of action here in this third period. Lafort lets that puck go.
I think that's what makes these guys unique, too. We talk about those first two lines, but really both these teams are so deep right through the lineup. And when you play a quick transition game tomorrow at 10:30, there's not a lot of recovery. So you have to be able to utilize your third and fourth line and trust that they can go out there and get the job done.
Johnston back out there for Calgary. She circles through the neutral zone with speed, gets it to Decker, back to Johnston. Drives on the backhand, swings it around behind the goal to Hickle. Hickle cuts back, leaves it for Johnston. She cycles it away, gets it in front. Chance for Calgary, and a shot stopped by Maschmeyer, who holds on with 5:52 to go, in Calgary doing a pretty good job of defending their lead in the offensive zone.
Yeah, absolutely. Another great shot there by Decker. I think overall, Decker's line, when you think of Johnston and Hickle, they've really been noticeable tonight, and that's what's great about this line. Even though Decker 99% of the time is super noticeable, maybe in a game like this where we're not noticing her as much, her other two line mates are on their game.
Montreal gets it off the faceoff. Zayu cross-ice feed, broken up by Turnbull. Turnbull up to Leslie. With some speed, Leslie drops it back. Krasaniak wasn't there. Picked up by Poulin, who spins and gets it to Bate. Driving over to the right side is Bate. Odd man rush, broken up on a shot that hit a shin pad, and now it's Calgary back. Here comes Jenner driving wide. Jenner works her way in, shot deflected wide, rebound, Krasaniak goes after it. She plays it into the corner for Jenner. Jenner walks in front, wraparound try, stopped, rebound. Montreal will try to clear, and they will, only it's into their bench, and play is called with 5:13 to go here in the third period. Get social with CWHL. Follow us again on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at the CWHL.
Another player I think that's just had a fantastic game is Brianne Jenner. Her ability to possess that puck, get in on that forecheck, her work ethic is next to none, really. She is the driving horse of this team. She is the heartbeat, as you could say, of this Calgary Inferno team, and when she's going the way she is, Calgary oftentimes finds success.
Imard trying to spring a bit of a break there as Deschanel had an opening on the backside, but Calgary defends that very well. 5 minutes to go in the third, in a game that's been as advertised between two of the best in the CWHL. Tori Hickle has had a couple real good chances tonight. She'll get the puck in deep. Ambrose cuts it off for Montreal. She has the puck poked away from her. Warren harasses her in the corner. They battle for it, comes to the blue line, and held in by Hovey. Ambrose in the corner. Swings it around, and Montreal will start the breakout. Imard was streaking through the middle of the ice. That puck gets broken up, and it's Decker on the forehand. Puck gets poked away from her. Comes back to the blue line, and Zoe Hickle has it. Drives on the backhand. Hickle with Johnston lurking in the slot. She'll now help out in the corner as Montreal has it. Johnston appears to be everywhere on the ice tonight as Bellamy works the puck up the neutral zone to Hickle. Hickle circles to Johnston on the forehand. Shot blocked. Rebound. Played loose over to the side and picked up by Montreal. Now it's Hillary Knight on the rush the other way. Knight waits. Circles. Nice move. Gets it back to Rougeau. Rougeau pinching in. Down into the corner. Now behind the goal. Centering pass. Poked away by Rigsby. Calgary will try to clear. It's helped out of the zone. Catherine Zayu to Hickle. Or to Knight rather. Dumped in. Picked up by Bellamy. Stolen. Knight in front. One-timer try. Stopped by Rigsby. On a really good look for Clement Hadra. Now it's Calgary back the other way. Turnbull has it poked away from her. Turnbull to the blue line of Krasaniak. Montreal changing. Krasaniak looking to catch him. Krasaniak in. Shoots. Save made by Maschmeyer. Rebound. Turnbull a try. That's blocked. And it's Dayu. Working it to Bate. Up the wing to Poulin. Streaking down the left wing. Poulin drags. Shoots. Rigsby holds on a great chance for the Montreal captain with 3:18 to go.
Wow, what a great job there by Poulin, cutting middle. That's a tight space at a high speed to be able to get yourself into a position to get a shot off from the middle of the ice. And again, Rigsby's up to the task. She's been doing that all night. She's faced a lot of quality chances there by Montreal.
16 stops on the night for Rigsby. Face-off win by Montreal. Ambrose.
Goalie's pulled here, so Montreal's going for it here. It's 3 minutes left in the period.
They get it down low. Zayu. Back to the blue line. Back to Zayu. Back to the blue line. Long shot. Tip. Stopped by Rigsby. Rebound. Bate slides it in. A great stop by Rigsby again. Keeping it out with 3 minutes to go.
This is interesting. There's always that question of when should you pull the goalie, when's too early, when's too late, and usually goaltenders are pulled at that 3-minute mark, and Caroline Ouellette decided to do it a little bit sooner, but when you're down by 2 and you know you're playing a team like Calgary, you got to take those chances.
Rigsby again strong to the test, coming off of that gold medal performance for the Americans at the Four Nations Cup. Poulin out to take the draw for Montreal. Almost said Americans again, that would have been wrong. And timeout called here for Montreal. Probably would have expected this, down 4-2 with 3 minutes to go. Do you think 3 minutes is too early for the goalie pull here?
You know, like I said, when you're down by 2 goals, you really have to go for it. And when you're in an offensive situation like this with an offensive face-off, I think with a team like Montreal, you definitely should go for it with 2 minutes left, or 3 minutes left, sorry.
A game with many fireworks today, as turns out those thundersticks make a lot of noise if you jump on them.
Yep.
For Calgary now, the strategy, down 6-on-5. How do you handle things here in your own end?
It all starts with that face-off, so you want to make sure that you win that draw and you get that puck out of the zone and in a position, not where you ice it because you'll end up back in your zone, but just into that neutral zone, go after it. If you lose that draw, all the pucks need to stay on the outside. You want to make sure that Montreal doesn't have the opportunity to get a shot inside that high slot, and if a shot does get through, you find a man and you pick up their stick and make sure that there's no second opportunity.
We've seen Montreal get a few chances off the deflection in this period. I'd imagine they look to set that up here. Dayu out to take the draw for Montreal. It is going to be Decker for Calgary. Scramble draw. 90% of the players in this game were in the offensive face-off circle, and it's cleared by Calgary. Ambrose back to get it for Montreal. Circles behind her empty net with General overheard. Dropped off for Hillary Knight. Knight weaving her way through. Pass deflected. Up into the neutral zone. Knocked down by Decker. Knight perhaps saving a goal. She'll get it in deep. Rigsby comes out to play it. Leaves it off for Bellamy. Bellamy pass tipped at the blue line. Bounces around. Montreal holds a couple times. Good plays to keep it in deep, but it's Krasaniak with it. Up to Decker. Off the glass. Knight can't hold it in, and it's back to neutral ice. Ambrose circling. Johnston all over her. Ambrose waits. Gets the pass across, and it's Dayu. Up to Hillary Knight. Calgary changes. Knight gets it into the zone to Bate. Dropped off. Knight fires. The shot goes just wide. Rebound. Chipped into the corner by Krasaniak. She's watched tightly by Lafleur as 3 Montreal players battle with Krasaniak, who's killing time with under 2 minutes to go in the third. And play is stopped as Krasaniak, a fantastic job killing some clock in the final 2 minutes.
You know, what's been really noticeable is how lively those end boards have been.
Yeah.
We've seen, especially Hillary Knight, taking those shots, and they're coming right off the backboards and right out in front. That last one actually ended up just off Rigsby's pad. So look for Montreal to see if they can utilize that on those dump-ins, see if they can get a good bounce that sits right out in front in the high slot.
In fighting, we talk about easy power, and it seems like Hillary Knight has that easy power because it doesn't look like a big windup or anything, and it just jumps off of her stick, that shot.
Yeah, absolutely. She's got a great shot. It's hard. We've noticed it's been quite high today, so it's just a matter of keeping that shot in control and putting it into a position where you are getting it on net so that, A, it has a chance to go in, or there's a rebound opportunity. So we're going to look. She's going to probably set up here just off kind of like where Ovechkin sits for Washington, and she's going to look for either that one-timer or that quick shot.
I've noticed she's been really close to the top of the face-off circle every time, looking for that set play off of a draw.
For sure. And with a shot like hers, that's exactly where you want her lined up.
Yeah. So, the scene is set. 2 minutes to go. 6 attackers out for Montreal. The regular 5 for Calgary. Poulin to take the draw against Decker. Won by Calgary, controlled by Calgary. Bellamy sends it around and out. Ambrose racing after it. Johnston back after her. Ambrose plays it along. The aforementioned Knight. Back to Ambrose. 97 seconds to go in the game. Ambrose, cross-ice feed, broken up by Decker. Chance for Decker to ice it. Shot at the post. The rebound goes up into the netting, and Decker had a great chance to take some of the drama out of the final 90 seconds of this game.
Like we've said before, she's had a couple good shots, and that one she probably would have liked to go in as it was an open net, but good effort by her.
So the goalie goes back in for Montreal. As this a little too close for comfort to be playing without a goaltender. Decker back out there against Poulin. Well, I imagine won't see the bench the rest of this game. Face-off controlled by Montreal. They send it back onto their goalie. Dayu sets up shot behind the goal. Johnston in aggressively on the forecheck. Gets it across to Bate. Long feed. Picked up by Decker, who shoots it right back in. Rougeau to Poulin. Montreal needs 2. Long feed. Kicked by Krasadiak. But Montreal has it and now looking to get set up. Bate tries to work her way in. Bate sends it toward the goal. That goes wide. Rebound comes out the other side. Knight racing after it. She will get there, but Calgary almost gets it out again. Knight holding it in. Montreal trying to get set up. Battling for it down low. Gets into the corner for Bate. Back to the blue line, Rougeau. Was looking for a pass tonight. That was cut off, so Rougeau circles down low. Gets it back to Poulin. Tonight, one-timer shot kicked out. Big rebound. Comes into the slot. Picked up by Calgary and cleared. Bouncing down toward the empty net. It's going to be just a little bit off. And icing is the call with 30 seconds to go.
Great job by Calgary to really try to make sure that that puck stays out. But just like we mentioned before, Hillary Knight was right there, right at that face-off dot off to the left and had the opportunity to get a good shot off. But Calgary did what they've done really well all night, is making sure any of those pucks that are sitting out in front of that blue paint are cleared quickly.
Before out to take the draw from Montreal. They scramble for it. Ends up on Ambrose's stick. She plays it down into the corner. Imard, centering pass. They scramble for it. Levine jamming away and can't bang it in. Now 22 seconds to go.
Montreal's really pushing here. They're really trying to get any puck to the net and see if they can get it past Rigsby. But Rigsby's doing a good job making sure that she's covering up those rebounds and staying strong on that puck that does cross in front of her in that blue crease.
Before out to take the draw for Montreal again. It's another scramble for it. Calgary looks to come up with it, and it's cleared down the ice. Turnbull sends it away. Ambrose back for Montreal. Up through the neutral zone, picked off by Gosling. She's going to cut back into her own end. Gosling sends it in front of her goal. They work it back across. Calgary gets it out, and that's going to do it. An impressive performance from the home side, winning Game 1 of a crucial series here at Mark McPhail. The Inferno take Game 1 over Montreal 4-2 the final.
Absolutely, that was a huge win for Calgary, and you can see that excitement. This was one of those weekends that was certainly circled on their calendar, and so the weekend's not over. There's still another matchup tomorrow morning, but right now they need to be really proud of how they played this game tonight.
On the Montreal side, a good push in the second period and some chances here in the third, but Rigsby seemed to be the story in the back part of this game.
For sure, I think Montreal really put on that pressure. You could see they had a lot of scoring opportunities and a lot of good scoring opportunities, and Rigsby was there, was up to the challenge, and really made sure that she was putting her team in a position to be able to clear that puck. So that rebound control, that ability to cover those pucks up in close, became a huge part of this game tonight and the success they had.
So 4-2 ends up being the final. The handshake line puts a bow on this one after an impressive performance from both teams. Really, this game as advertised. Just a fantastic showing for both clubs.
Yeah, some of the best parts of it was just the pure speed that both these teams had. Like we said, we went almost 4 minutes there in the third period without a whistle, just back and forth hockey, which is exactly what the kind of hockey you like to see. We also got to see a little bit of that passion, a little bit of those scruffs in front of the net. Players making sure that the other team knew where they stood, and so that is all part of making this game exciting.
And this Calgary team now thanking the home crowd, a boisterous crowd all night that was treated to one of the best games we've seen so far this season. Quick turnaround now. A lot of the star players saw a lot of that ice in this game. Do you expect the strategy to change in the game tomorrow morning?
I think Calgary's going to stick to exactly their game plan that they had today. They're going to come out firing on all cylinders, putting a lot of pressure on Montreal. Montreal, the adjustments they made in that second period, I think we're going to see continue tomorrow morning as they face Calgary. They had a couple bounces that didn't go their way. Really, a couple of those goals on any given night probably wouldn't have been in the back of the net. So they're probably looking at this game and saying, we made the adjustments. We got a little bit better as the game went on, and let's come out tomorrow and just push that pace.
The stars of the game being announced now. Ann-Sophie Bate announced as one of them for Montreal after a fantastic shot. Made this a one-goal game. It seems like a while ago now. Just a fantastic performance here from both sides as Calgary gets the win in a crucial game, game 1 of this series. For Montreal, this was obviously quite the day for them. The coach resigning for personal reasons before it was at like 11 o'clock this morning. not a lot of time to adjust. Have to think now a full day to sit on this one will help them going into tomorrow's game.
Yeah, for sure. And they're under great leadership with Caroline Ouellette, and they're going to come back from that. And, you know, their coach they've had for the last 5 years have instilled a foundation. And I think at the end of the day, they're professionals, and they'll come out tomorrow, and it'll be a great game.
Caitlin Willoughby, one of the stars. She picked up her first goal in her CWHL career. It's fitting that Rebecca Johnston ends the game out on the ice, as she was on it essentially this entire game so far, or the entire game tonight. She picks up one of the stars of the game as well. That would have been one of the toughest jobs in the arena tonight, to pick a star in this game, because we mentioned it during the game, not a lot of passengers in this one. Everyone who you wanted to see stepped up in a big-time way. Yeah, I think you're right with that one. When we look at Johnston, we mentioned how much she was on the ice tonight, and so seeing her as one of the stars is definitely warranted. And Willoughby with that first CWHL goal, really exciting against a team like Montreal, like we said, and starting off her team off on the right foot tonight. The final shots end up being 31-21 in favor of Calgary tonight. For Montreal, obviously, quite the day for them. They're not a team that's used to coming off of a loss all that often. They've handled it well, obviously, with 6 wins in a row following the last one in the Calgary series. Does that affect the team at all? Not necessarily used to losing now, dropping one. Tightly contested, albeit. Well, I think this was a good challenge for them. When you look at their wins previously this year, they've been pretty big goal differentials. And so today were playing a team that was tightly matched with them. And, you know, they're so skilled. And we can expect tomorrow that they're going to come out with a little bit of vengeance and wanting to make sure that they restart that win streak. I believe we were just waiting to hear from Rebecca Johnston down at the locker room, waiting to hear from her, as she was just one of many players to step up for Calgary in this game. They get off to the hot start in this one, 3 goals in the first period. Obviously have to hold on a little bit, but love the way they played in this one. Yeah, definitely. They had a little bit of a lull there in the second, which I think they want to adjust going into tomorrow. But yeah, they started really well. Those 3 goals were crucial to starting off on the right foot. Rebecca Johnston, one of the goal scorers in this one, seemed to put this one away in the third period. She's with Victoria downstairs.
Okay, hi, I'm Victoria Bame, and I'm here with Rebecca Johnston for our post-game interview. What was effective for you guys in that game and that big win?
I think we just used our speed and we really got the puck deep, but and we had pucks to the net and people in front. So I think for us it's just getting shots and quality shots and using our speed.
Perfect. And so what was it like playing for a larger crowd for Wickfest?
It was a lot of fun. I mean, you can really feel the energy, all the kids yelling and screaming, cheering for us. So it's always fun to play in that type of environment and in that setting, and it gives us a lot of energy and motivation.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Congrats on your win, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Victoria, for that one. Rebecca Johnston, obviously a big part in the win for Calgary today. This is very unfair of me to ask, but who else stood out for you on the Calgary side of things? Well, I think Hickle for sure. Mm-hmm. We talked a lot about her today and just how much of an impact she's playing on a line with Johnston and Decker and the responsibility that comes with that. And I think Brianne Jenner, you know, although maybe not necessarily the scoring chances as a highlight reel, but just her work ethic and her ability to puck possess was just so evident in this game. One of the ones that stood out for me from Jenner, she was down 4-on-1 down at the side of the goal and still managed to get a scoring opportunity out of it. Just a testament to the work ethic. Absolutely, and that's something she does game in and game out. I oftentimes, when I played with her, she's one of the most consistent players I've ever played with, and it's all comes from her work ethic, and you can really see that in games like this against high-powered offenses. For Calgary now, you split a series with Montreal to start the season. You go through the rest of the league, winning games rather convincingly as well. This felt like a big measuring stick game and a big kind of hurdle game for Calgary, passing the first one with flying colors. This has to be huge for them. It is huge for them. You know, to take note, Montreal is missing Jill Saunier, which is a huge part of their roster and definitely will change the dynamic. But I think Calgary can take a lot of great points from today, and I think tomorrow will be another huge testament. Can they do it 2 games in a row? For Calgary, obviously the victory big, 31 shots. They look very good in the first period. Anything you'd like to see them tighten up in, going into the second one?
It's hard to say. I think just making sure that those odd man rushes are reduced and sticking to their game plan, not getting flustered when Montreal kind of pushes back.
We continue our post-game coverage as we send it back down to Victoria.
Hi, I'm Victoria Bame, and I'm here with Ann-Sophie. What aspects of the game did you do well and execute well tonight?
I mean, I think in the second period we came out strong, and that's where we had our 2 goals. Our first period, I mean, we came out flat. I don't want to put any excuses, but coming out of the plane was tough. But we stuck together in the second period, and we just kind of started too late. But starting from the second, we were supporting each other pretty well, put pucks on net, and that's when we started getting our momentum.
And what do you need to do well tomorrow in order to come out stronger and, hopefully beat the Inferno?
I think we need to play more together defensively. They have a different style of play. The torpedo, they call it, so putting 4 players down low. They play a lot in the offensive zone, so we need to stick together defensively. And then I think that we need to go up as a unit of 5 all the way through the neutral zone and to the offensive zone. I think we'll be successful by doing that.
Perfect. Thank you so much, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Victoria. Peter Klein, Jenna Cunningham wrapping things up here from Mark and McPhail. She mentioned it there, like that torpedo is something that takes a lot of getting used to. I'd imagine having a quick turnaround is going to kind of help them deal with that.
Yeah, for sure. And she's exactly right. With the defensive zone, you have to be a really tight defensive unit, and you kind of have to get away from those traditional roles yourself in the defensive zone because you know that they play with 4 forwards. So one of your forwards is going to have to take on a role where they see themselves below those hash marks. But like we've said before, Montreal will definitely be up to the test.
So as we've mentioned, what's next for these 2 teams? Each other again tomorrow as this series wraps up here at Mark and McPhail. For Jenna Cunningham, I'm Peter Klein. Thank you all so much for tuning in here to CWHL Live.